All right, good morning to you. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever and wherever you may be watching this from. And I want to thank Pastor Dowell for that intro, because I stole it from him. So thank you, Pastor Dowell, if you ever watch any of my videos. And I want to thank Pastor Joe Fox, too, because, I talked about him yesterday. But had it not been for Pastor Joe Fox, I probably wouldn't be as far as I am in prepping if it wasn't for that guy. And I want to thank he and Sister Kate. I also want to thank Barry Independent. Barry Independent, you are, I always say all the time, dude, just so hardcore, but Barry's real. He's the real deal, So a lot of these guys that, that I've watched over the year develop into the prepper mindset, of course, and Canadian prepper too. He just so out there though, golly. He's so out there. So anyway, I just wanted to pay my respects to some folks, and then of course, some little small channels as we consider. Anybody under 10,000 is considered small channels. So folks like Off-Grid Desert Farmer with Paul and Adrian, Teraboo. Let's see who else. Christina. So you guys are y'all are important. And I'm mentioning channels right now. I'm not mentioning family members. I'm mentioning channels that have been instrumental in helping us. Okay. So I just want to, sometimes it's just nice to be nice. Well, not sometimes. All the time, it's nice to be nice, and it's very nice to tell people thank you. People don't get thank yous anymore. We don't get. I mean, I've done things for people. For example, I remember about 6 months ago, I sent somebody some money. I didn't even get a kind thank you out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's the last time. Because I'm real big with with being polite. I guess that's the proper way of saying it. I love people who are polite. So let's get into the topic. Why am I frustrated and irritated this morning? Well, first and foremost, I get home Friday, and I got one of those little slips in the mailbox. Hey, High Desert Homestead, how are you? I got one of those little slips in the mailbox that says, hey, go to the post office and pick up this package. And I'm like, I get paid, and I installed a huge mailbox. I mean, this mailbox can fit probably, golly, a 14 by 14 package in it. So I'm a little annoyed because even if it doesn't fit in the mailbox, you can throw the package on the freaking doorstep, on the porch, which that's what normally happens. So of course, yesterday was a holiday, and then on the slip it says third and final attempt, and they're going to ship the package back the 18th, which is today. So I had to detour my whole entire day, go to the post office to go pick this package up. Now, y'all see my hand? That's how big this package is. And this is something I had forgotten I even ordered. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I hate I ordered these because they were cheap and they look cheap. Okay? Very disappointed. And more disappointed with the post office for making me have to go waste my time to go pick it up when all they had to do was just throw it in the mailbox. And when I say I have a huge mailbox, y'all, I have a huge mailbox. Huge. You could probably fit 1,000 of these in my mailbox. Okay? So anyway, that's really not why I'm aggravated this morning. I'm not even really aggravated. I'm more. Okay, let me give you guys a little background. So Roderick has been. I have been in church all of my life. Okay, all of my. I'm talking about. I was born, bred, and raised in the church. I work at the church now. All right. And this is probably going to be one of those subjects that's going to step on some people's toes, And if it does, I'm unapologetically giving you my humble and honest opinion, okay? Because I'm not going to apologize for what I believe to know as the truth. And see, prior to 2019, when I went on this weight loss journey and did it via fasting, you know, it's an amazing thing. Your eyes become open, and you start understanding and seeing a lot. You start seeing the world different when you don't have food in the way to cloud your vision. When you go 42, 43 days without eating, you start seeing the world as it is, not as people want you to see it as. All right? And I've been going on this journey. I mean, I think as a prepper, I think you start going down a rabbit hole of information anyway. And I know for a fact that in this rabbit hole of information, you start becoming aware of so much more that you didn't know was even available to you or even out there, you know, in the world, in this life. I ain't gonna say the world, in this life, because I don't want people to take some of the things that I say out of context. Because when I say the world, I mean like the globe, the planet, and whether you believe the earth is flat or a ball, a sphere, it doesn't matter, okay? I'm talking about the planet right now at large. I said something yesterday in one of my lives. I think I did 3 or 4 lives yesterday. I was feeling froggy yesterday. And I read a comment later on, and it kind of struck a nerve. It really did. I got to be honest with you, it struck a nerve. And we were talking about how I went through seminary, okay? Now, seminary, for those that don't know, is a little bit different than Bible school. Bible school is like, okay, well, you know, Bible schools normally are not accredited. You can get a certificate from Bible school. When you go through seminary, it's more of an in-depth training. You're getting really in-depth into the scriptures. You're learning more historicity of the backstories of where the scriptures come from. And you're starting to see things that you're starting to see things more in depth, okay? And I don't want to just say the Bible, okay? Because the Bible is one thing that, you know, is, and like I was having a discussion on Sunday, and I was talking to a couple fellas, and I was like, you know, listen, this book right here, okay, #1 seller in the world, has millions. You know what? I used to know how many words were in the Bible. But when you go through seminary, you don't only study the Bible. You start studying a lot of the, you go more in depth, okay? Whereas in Bible school, you're kind of with the Bible, okay? And you're studying and learning the Bible. In seminary, it's more in depth. You know, you start learning about like the Dead Sea Scrolls, and you start learning about, you know, things that were not put into the Bible and some of the reasons why they were not. And you formulate your own opinion, okay? And I made a statement yesterday, and I said, you know, one thing that seminary taught me, and then I should have included this, but I didn't think about it until later on. One thing that seminary taught me, and you taking and placing a near-death experience inside of that seminary experience or journey, and then you watch somebody die in front of you, and then they come back and you have conversations with them. That's why that, and from that, that's why I said that none of us know. Okay, there's a difference between believing and knowing. All right, there's a difference between believing and knowing. Now, a belief is, I believe if I'm a kid, I lose my tooth, I put it under my pillow, Next morning, the tooth fairy has put $1 or $5 away. I don't even know what kids get for their teeth. Now I used to get a quarter. Okay, I got a quarter for most of my teeth. But back in the 70s, I mean, that was big money. You know, you're like, oh, a quarter. I could go and buy like 25 pieces of candy. So that's a belief. Santa Claus, that's a belief. The zombie apocalypse. What is that, a possum or something? It is something. It is a huge rodent. He's not now, but he was a huge rodent crawling on the back of these people's house over here. And I am stuck in traffic and I need gas. I don't have time for this right now. So anyway, those are beliefs. And I don't want to I want to link religious beliefs in with that, but I know I'm gonna offend a whole bunch of people. That's why it's called a belief. Okay? And like, you know, I was having a conversation on Sunday, and there are over 4,000 religions in the world. You know, more closer to 4,500 than 4,000. And in my opinion, is everybody else, are all the other 3,999 wrong and your personal belief correct and right? You know, and that's where I am with religion, because there's a difference between religion and relationship. And I feel like I'm breaking down a sermon right now. There's a difference between religion and relationship. You know, when you feel you have a relationship with your wife or your husband, okay, then that is something that you cultivate. That's something that you try to grow, you try to water, you try to feed, you try to make it bloom and blossom as much as you possibly can. And with whatever your religious faith is, hopefully you're trying to do that too with whatever you believe. Okay? And I personally, I have stopped trying years ago. Stopped trying to beat people over the head, encourage people into a certain type of religion. Okay? There's also a difference between religious organization and religious beliefs. So true, heart speak. So true. Very, very true. And I believe that this is just Roderick talking here. I believe that a lot of times we get it confused, you know, and we've had people to leave the channel because of conversations like this. And if you're the type of person that you're going to leave Plant Based Homestead Prepper, now this is not a prepping topic. It's just something that's on my mind. But if you're the type of person that you're going to get offended and you're going to leave this channel because I asked you a question, and you are a person that you start spouting out certain things that you believe, but you can't stand on that, then you might want to take a deep look at yourself. Because how is it that you say you believe something and you say you stand for something, but if you get questioned about it, you tuck tail and run? Because for who knows, maybe I'm just confused right now. You know, maybe I'm confused and I just have questions and I need you to kind of express and explain it to me. Hey, did you ever think? We're the channel where we're just gonna tell the truth, okay? And if you come in and you start, you know, saying different things or taking a stand one way or the other, especially about religion. And see, I started this channel by saying I wasn't going to ever talk about religion or politics. And now, you know, 50% of the time, that's what we talk about. Because I came to realize something. A lot of the opinions that we have and a lot of the things that we do in life are based on politics and religion. Believe it or not. Think about it in your life. Think about it in your life. Especially like in my life. The first half of my life the first half of my life and the first half of my adult life was really basically controlled off of religious beliefs. Or not even like religious belief. It was really, what did you say? Religious organizations. That's really where it came from. Okay? So I just wanted to come in and encourage you guys that if you have certain things that you personally believe, okay? Like me, I try not to put beliefs on people anymore. I try to put facts and knowledge. Okay, things that I know. Hello, Miss Kemper. Welcome and thank you for being here. I try not to put beliefs on people anymore. Now, I believe that eventually we're going to see a major food shortage. I believe that there's a possibility of a zombie apocalypse type event that is going to happen. Now, I said type. I didn't say it was going to have a zombie apocalypse. I said a zombie apocalypse type event. For example, if this coronavirus keeps moving and keeps growing the way it's going, then eventually we will see people start freaking out and panicking like they're doing in China right now. Okay? Like what happened with Katrina. Talking about the hurricane. Like what happens after every event, every disaster, every natural disaster. Store shelves are empty. You know, I believe that that's something that is possible of happening. Can I prove that right now? No. Do I want it to happen? No. But that's a belief of mine. Okay? Do I have evidence? Yeah. I mean, just turn on your TV and read between the lines, because they're not telling you the whole story. All right? So that's a belief of mine. It's based on factual evidence. Just like most of our religious beliefs are based on some factual evidence. All right? Whew, have mercy. And you know what? I think that this channel is probably going to start moving to the more controversial subjects. I would love one day to have a conversation about flat Earth and spear Earth, or round Earth, ball Earth. Oh goodness! But like I said yesterday, who knows? Because unless you can show me that you've gone up, and that's another belief that a lot of people argue about. Oh, the earth is flat. Oh, the earth is round. And little things like that, little silly arguments like that, keep us divided, keep us non-unified, and keep us from being together and pulling our resources together. Religious beliefs are based on interpretation of ancient fact. Perfect. That were then turned into church doctrine that govern the behaviors of the body. Very true. That's a good question. If there was a legitimate time machine that was safe, you can go back to any time you wanted. You could not get hurt. Well, you could get hurt. But they made it where you couldn't die. All right? And it was safe. But you could go back. What time frame or what period would you choose to go back to? And you can take as many trips as you want to. All right? I think that would be pretty cool. You know? Because I would love to see some things. You know, Jennifer and I was actually watching a video last night, YouTube video last night, and it was like, if you lived in medieval time, you would probably die. So I clicked on it. I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I love that time period of the medieval, and I always say I would be a knight, but chances are you'd be a peasant. And the video spelled it out so eloquently, and I was like, this is amazing, wow. And it showed, they talked about how famine was always a problem. Talked about how, if you were lucky enough to be able to join the army, then you would be able to eat, but more than likely you would die. I mean, it was very interesting to me. And one thing that I want you guys to just really truly realize and understand is everything is not always the way it seems. Okay? Everything is not always the way it seems. And remember this also, we are if you've ever watched any of the Matrix movies, the Hunger Games, trying to think of the movies that show mass control of, shows control of the masses. If you ever watch any of those, that is exactly the way life is right now. There are a few people who are pulling the strings of the puppets, which are the people, okay? That's like, okay, for example, the credit bureaus. A lot of folks think that they are the customer with the credit bureaus. That people think is factual, but it's not. It's not the way it appears. Test it. Call them and start making some demands and see what happens. Nothing. But you do have certain legal rights that you can use to your benefit with the bureaus that will help you. See, those are the things right there that I really try to focus on and concentrate on, the things that matter. Because if you're going to live this life and you're trying to get ahead, or you're trying to get somewhere where you're going to leave a legacy for your children and your children's children, then those things right there are what matter. Okay? Having great credit, being able to use credit to turn that into assets, taking assets and moving from purchasing liabilities and purchasing assets that are going to then bring you more assets. That's where my focus, tends to be now. I used to have these arguments with people about, religion and trying to convince people that, this is the way it is, this is the way it should be. And I had somebody, to really be like, why do you have to believe in anything? Why is that so important? And that someone was my wife. And ever since that conversation, I said, you know what? I'm going to do what I've been teaching for years, and that's keep the main thing the main thing. And what's the main thing? Making sure your family's taken care of. Making sure you're healthy. Making sure you're getting, enough exercise, which Lord knows I've been slacking on. Making sure you're eating right. I eat better. Make sure you drink enough water. See, those are things that I would like to see us focus and concentrate on, as opposed to little things that keep us divided. And before we end, I definitely want to talk about this upcoming election and what is happening and what I see happening and what I told you guys several weeks ago I saw was going to happen. And sure enough, it's going to happen. I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow night. But Mike Bloomberg has spent enough money that he's gotten himself now into the on the Democratic stage. And I think that is tremendously amazing. Not in a great way. Just goes to show you, money is power. Money is power. Having money means you have power, because you have resources that you can manipulate systems, and you can buy your way into anything. She's so busy texting, she almost sideswiped me. That's another thing. You gotta drive for everybody else around you. So anyway, I wanted to come in. I just wanted to talk, and I knew this wasn't gonna be one of those happy, wonderful, I feel fuzzy, talks. But I think it's necessary, especially with our group, because if you're watching this channel at any point in time, that means you are at least interested in either being plant-based or being a prepper. And we roll back the curtains and we open up the veil and we show you guys an inside look on our lives. And some people can take it and some people can't take it. And that's okay. But on your way out of the group, if you say something, you best better believe I'm gonna do a live about you. Okay? Oh goodness. And I don't delete. I deleted one comment since I've had this YouTube channel, and it was something derogatory about my wife. That's a no-no. You can say anything you want to about me, but you better not say nothing about Jennifer. You sure better not say nothing about Gabrielle and Roger, or Soraya, or Tamara. Those are fighting words right there. But I fight with my words. Guys, just know this. I'm going to always try to spread love. I'm going to always try to tell you guys the truth, the best I know it. I'm going to always try to inspire you to do better, to motivate you to be a better person, a better human. And then you eventually can make this world a better place by spreading some love. Because Lord knows, and I say this all the time, Lord knows there's enough hate in the world. And be careful when you think you're spreading love, you actually might be spreading hate. Think about it. Because if you're spreading things that you believe, and I learned this a long time, perception is reality to he whom perceives. And just because you think that your belief is wonderful, and you think that what you hold dear to you is awesome, and you think that what you hold dear to your heart is the most amazing thing ever, you might be offending somebody else. You just might be. And that's with any and everything. So just take that in mind. And you may be spreading hate, and you think you're spreading love. Just saying. And I believe that those are the two most powerful forces in the whole entire universe. Love and hate, or love and fear. Because hate produces fear. I was listening to a documentary this morning about people that live in North Korea. And I thought about some of the things that people have said to me on this channel. And I was like, wow. Most of us that are on this channel, most of us that watch this channel, we were born in blessed. We were blessed to be born in one of the most free societies and countries ever created in existence. You had a freedom of religion. You had a freedom of speech. You even had a freedom of bearing arms and protecting both of those freedoms of speech and of religion. You have the right of pursuit of happiness, however you feel like that happiness is. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of that and spread love if you can. I mean, some folks can't. Some people don't have the ability. Okay, which is cool. We all different. To each his own. It is what it is. But I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, man, those millions and millions of people in North Korea. And we're just talking about right now. We're just talking about the people that are living right now. They're over there starving. And their dictatorship, their rulers, even though, some of the rest of the world send food their way, they wouldn't even let it be distributed. You know, it's amazing to me. And then we get on here and we start fighting about things that don't even matter, you know? And you don't even have to go to North Korea. You can look right here in this country. You have people that have, I know somebody personally who has 4 children, is working their fingers to the bone trying to take care of them, and can't qualify for food stamps. And trust, I have my personal beliefs about, you know, government assistance and all that kind of stuff. But I believe that if it's out there and somebody truly needs it, and it's amazing to me. I've been watching this my whole life. It's amazing to me that the people that truly need things, especially from the government, it's like the hardest thing in the world for them to get. And then the people who don't really need it but can use stuff, it seems like they get it so easily. It's just like, you know, I watch people who have money. You know, and I understand money attracts money. And it's funny, Jennifer and I said this, I don't know, about 6 months ago. Somebody blessed us with $100, just like, hey, you know what? I love you. Here's a love offering. And they blessed us with $100. And it was funny because, not to say we don't need it, but we didn't really need it. I'm just being transparent. I'm being honest. We didn't really need it, you know. And we ended up taking that $100 and blessing somebody that we knew needed $100. And I had forgot even doing that until just now. And it's just funny to me how the universe at large, you know, just attracts. Because when we were destitute, Jennifer even said it. She was like, you know what? It's funny to me. When we were destitute and we were broke and we were busted and couldn't be trusted, she's like, nobody ever walked up to us and gave us $100. Y'all hold on, I'm gonna get some gas. 32, 8. All right, I'm back. So, and Jennifer probably remember this. When we were struggling, and I'm talking about like homeless struggling, nobody ever came up and like, hey, we know you struggling. Here's $100. Now, we did have folks that helped us when we asked for it. You know, I remember my dad, one month he paid our rent for us. My mother-in-law, she paid our rent for us several times. And that's why I'm forever indebted to those people. And usually when they call, I'm Johnny on the spot. And I'm like, all right, here. Because I don't forget. You know, I don't forget. And I don't want you guys to forget. I don't want you guys to forget the people who helped you. I don't want you guys to forget the people who were there for you. And those are the things that are important. Okay? So all this bickering and all this stuff that we tend to do that doesn't really mean anything, I'd like to see it stopped. I mean, because we especially in this country, we fuss and fight about everything. I mean, it doesn't make a hill of beans, and we're fussing and arguing and fussing and fighting about it. It's silly to me. It really is. So you guys want to know why I'm gonna know it? This little package right here got me so annoyed. Not really. I'm just like, that's so silly. So silly. But I'm gonna get in my bad review because the merchandise I got, nah. Yes, I look like a receipt. Pretty receipt. Oh my God, I feel like I hit the lottery, y'all. Most of the time when I come here, I have to go inside and get a receipt. I am so excited right now that I don't have to go inside and get a receipt. Now, I'm going to give you guys a tip. Next time you pump gas, make sure, look in your, especially if it's on the driver's side, look in your mirror and make sure you closed your cap, okay? And if it's on the other side, look in on your passenger mirror and make sure you close your cap, okay? It's a good little tip for you guys. And also, if you drive a vehicle, please download the app that I use so you can get cash back every time you fill up or every time you get gas. And also, oh gosh, the market's been open 15 minutes. And also, if you guys would, send me an email and I will send you a link so that you can sign up to get a free stock through my trading company. All you gotta do is just put your information in. You will need to put your social security number in because it is a legitimate trading company. And you'll get a free stock and I'll get a free stock. Okay? So those are folks that, you know, trying to get into the market, trying to do some things, and don't mind helping Plant Based Homestead Prepper at the same time. Thank you. I appreciate that. We had somebody sign up yesterday. She was so excited. She got her stock. She even posted, she was like, Roderick, I got my stock. I'm like, congratulations, I got mine too. Thank you. I'm waiting for the day for somebody to get one of those big stocks though. I can't imagine how somebody's gonna feel signing up with us and they get something like a Microsoft or a Facebook or something big. You know, those things are trading like $180 something, sometimes $160, $120, you know, dollars a piece. And that's all. I mean, in any stock that you get after 3 days of trading, you can sell it and you keep the money. You never have to fund your account. You never have to put $1 into it. And I think this little trading company I have, I think they are so amazing. Fee-free trading? Oh my God! If I had to pay a fee every time I traded, I'd be in trouble. Yep, be in trouble. So, anyway, guys, I hope this conversation wasn't a Debbie Downer because you guys are not commenting at all this morning, which is cool. So let's change the subject. Let's talk about, I don't even want to talk about doggone these Democrats because I think it's silly. I do like Bernie though. I like Bernie the last election. I like old Bernie, even though a lot of folks are like he has socialist ideas. Hey, at this point in time, we're already like $20 trillion in debt. It's just a matter of time before the bubble pops. And I mean, what do you guys really think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to actually be able to? This chick just ran the light. I mean, just totally ran it. Do you think we're going to be able to keep this country afloat by constantly printing money and staying in debt? What do you guys think? What y'all feel about that? And will we get to 30 trillion? I think that's amazing. Gotta sneeze, y'all. Woo! Told y'all, anytime I change climates, it is what it is. Will we get to $30 trillion in debt? It's possible. It's very possible. And I don't know what the answer is, to be honest with you. Because with this fiat currency that we're under, we're just constantly printing money. Every time we print $1, it puts us more in debt. And then for every dollar that we print, we're actually borrowing it from the Federal Reserve. I don't really know how we got ourselves into this. This is crazy. Some people just that didn't care. They just cared about their money. They sold America out, I guess. I don't know. All right, love you too. Have a good day. I knew I had some drive time this morning, so just rambling. So let me see what else is going on. Did you guys hear about what happened with oil the other day? Something happened with oil and gas, and I was like, oh, gas is about to go up. Can't remember what it was. I heard a report on the radio doing one of those news media type things, and I was like, oh, gas is about to go up because they had struck somebody or something. Somebody spilled something, somebody did something, I don't know. And then I heard this morning also that like another 80 people are coming to the country, and some of them are infected with the coronavirus, blah, 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 blah. Bad financial decisions. I'm late, brother. Who is that? I can't see your name. Oh, we've been talking about all kind of stuff this morning. Who is that? Oh, Fallen Skies Prepper. Hey, Fallen Skies. I've been basically talking about how I don't even want to go back over it. You have to watch the replay. You really have to watch the replay. I cannot even give you a recap of what's happened the last 40 minutes. I've been giving you guys a lot of my heart, though. I've been expressing that to you. And how I just, oh God, I see the world so different now. You know, I really truly do. You guys, trust me. Go without eating 42 days, you will start seeing things totally different. Bad financial decisions will soon catch up with us. Now that I agree with, and that's why I encourage you guys to get out of debt now. If you're carrying credit card debt and student loan debt, and well, if Bernie gets in, you won't have student loan debt anymore. So disregard that. If you're carrying credit card debt and car debt and house debts and all that kind of stuff, pay your stuff off. And there's really legitimately a way where you can pay your house off in like 3 to 5 years. Okay? And it's not by making extra payments. That's what I'm saying. It's so much more information out that will help and bless your family, other than us trying to fight about religious beliefs. You know? I mean, they've been doing that in the Middle East for like 3,000 and 4,000 years. Let's not do it here. Please, let's not do it here. Sorry I missed the first one up. Oh, yeah, it's all good. All right, look, I'm almost at my destination. God, it took me a long time to get over here. I knew it would, though. I had to go through like 2 cities and get gas. Actually, I'm almost at my office right now. I gotta turn in my paperwork. I forgot I hadn't turned in my paperwork. I didn't turn in my paperwork last week. So my manager was like, "Hey, I need your blah 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 blah." I was like, "Oh, that's important." Actually, she texted me. She's like, "I need your timesheet." I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely. You're gonna get that first thing this morning." Because I gotta get paid, y'all. I can't work for free. I work too hard. I can't work for free. So anyway, thank y'all so much. I know I ramble for like 40 something minutes, and a few people that are on here, thank you for sticking with me. Hopefully I wasn't too offensive, but you know, truth is the truth. It is what it is. Truth is gonna stand regardless, and that's just the way I feel about it, y'all. Truly, truly the way I feel. And hopefully, you guys will feel the same way, you know. I'm late. What's up, Terry D? Yeah, I'm about to end now. We're almost done. We've been doing this like 45 minutes. Actually, I'm pulling into the parking lot right now. So I will. I'm gonna come back in a little later, see how you guys are doing. And I have a good topic that we can talk about. And for God's sakes, guys, don't go out and buy a brand new car. I just passed somebody I know who just went out and bought a brand new. I've been financially counseling for like 3 years, and they go and talk to somebody else. They talk to a loan officer of all people. They talk to a loan officer, and the loan officer tells them, "Oh, you're in no situation where you can even remotely think about buying a house. So if you want to go buy a car, just go buy a new car." I was like, what kind of freaking advice was that? But anyway, people do what they feel like they do. Thank you, Fallen Skies. Good day to you too. And I'll be back in a little later. I'll talk to y'all. And hey, y'all be good. Have a great day. And I will see y'all on the next one. Okay? Be blessed.